Good news, everyone! I've got 5 new mobile games for you to check out, and in this video, I will be spending less than a minute going through each game to give you guys a quick and dirty rundown. Now, if your heart is just longing for more mobile gaming goodness, then check out the full videos of each game here on my channel and consider subscribing for more mobile gaming videos. Today's roster of mobile games include no less than 4 games that can be played offline, so be sure to buckle up as we dive into an innovative and fun roguelike tower defense shooter, a retro platformer with a Rayman Jungle Run-like control system, a top-down sci-fi roguelike RPG from 2015, a casual minimalistic puzzler, and finally, a fantasy RPG from the Elder Scrolls universe. So let's just get into the first game, and I will see you guys at the end of the video. Yeah Bunny 2 is a lovely new retro platformer with crisp 8-bit art and a Rayman Jungle Run-like system where we run forward automatically and then we tap the screen to either kill enemies by jumping on them or to jump off walls, which changes the direction that we're running in. Filled with enemies, traps, and secret areas, the game's 50 huge levels are very well designed, and completing all of them 100% quickly becomes a really big challenge. Now, we are shown advertisements between most levels in this game, but a single $2 in-app purchase will remove all of those ads for good. You can play the game offline, it only takes up 112 megabytes of space, it's available both on Android and on iOS, and honestly, it's pretty much the perfect game for fans of platforming games, so if that's up your alley, definitely check out Yeah Bunny number 2. Dead Shell is a top-down, self-proclaimed roguelike RPG with a Doom-like sci-fi theme released all the way back in 2015. With one of 8 heroes, each with a unique trait, we head into randomly generated levels, attacking monsters, and picking up ammo and potions to explore the labyrinth-like map until we eventually find the exit. Although there is no permadeath, and instead we simply have to wait for heroes to revive or pay to revive instantly, ammunition is a very scarce resource, and with multiple weapons to unlock, picking the right weapon for the monster you're fighting is vital to winning. The game has no forced advertisements, but monetizes by selling crates that include new weapons and ammunition, and the same instantly unlockable crates are rewarded simply through gameplay. The game is offline playable, it takes up only 147 megabytes of space, it's out on Android and iOS, and while this game will definitely appeal to the roguelike RPG fans out there, it's also safe to say that pretty much everyone can play this game, since NimbleThor has pretty much become completely addicted to this game at this point, and she usually never plays sci-fi RPG games, so it might be worth checking out for you as well. Stack and Crack is a beautiful minimalistic puzzle game with 100 handcrafted levels. The goal is pretty simple: get a set of boxes placed on a grid-based map to the exit point. Now, the tricky part is that each of these boxes can only move in one direction, forcing us to figure out the right order to stack the boxes on top of each other so that they can all be moved to the exit point. The game slowly introduces us to new mechanics throughout the levels, and it's neither super hardcore nor all too easy, making the difficulty perfect for the vast majority of puzzle gamers. If you play this game on an Android device, you'll be shown advertisements between levels, which can then be removed through a $2 in-app purchase. And on iOS, the game comes at a $1 upfront premium price with in-app purchases to buy additional hints for the game on both platforms. The game is offline playable, it takes up 139 megabytes of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you like minimalistic puzzle games, then Stack and Crack is definitely worth playing. And then just last week, it finally happened. The early access version of the Elder Scrolls Blades is finally out now on Android and on iOS. But is it the ultimate RPG for mobile that we were all kind of hoping that it would be? The answer, sadly, is no. At least for now it is. But don't get me wrong though, the core gameplay of gathering resources from quests that has us freely explore Skyrim-like dungeons is actually decently fun, and I mean, the combat system is very unique for mobile. But this is also just about where the good stuff ends, because the UI is unresponsive, the PvP will be very pay to win due to legendary loot boxes sold through in-app purchases, the load times when navigating the menus are just horrific, and neither the controls nor the graphics are optimized yet. With all that said, when I finally get into one of the missions, I am having fun with the single player aspect of the game, and considering that it's still in early access, a lot will hopefully improve over the next weeks and months, because there is certainly a lot to improve upon. The game requires online access, it takes up 1.24 gigabytes of space, it's out on Android and it's out on iOS in some countries already, and while the PvP will be pay to win garbage, you may consider checking out the game if you're either a hardcore Elder Scrolls fan or if you enjoy the single player content. Just don't ever start spending money on this game, as it's a spiral with no end. You can throw hundreds of dollars at this game and still have very, very little to show for it. But let's end the week on a bit of a brighter note with Darkzone Defense, which is a unique indie roguelike defense shooter. In this game, we control a character standing in the middle of a room surrounded by complete darkness. With a torch as our only light source, we take down waves of creepy monsters coming at us from all 360 degrees using a variety of over-the-top weapons and skills. After every round, we pick between unlocking a new gun, a new skill, a new ability upgrade, or choose life regeneration. And when we eventually die, we can spend the in-game currency to research brand new abilities and skills that we can use during combat. The waves are randomly generated, the monsters all have unique attack patterns requiring a different strategy to be countered, and the gameplay is very intense. With an innovative mix of roguelike, tower defense, and shooter elements, this is one of the best indie games I've played recently. The game comes at a $2 premium price on iOS, and on Android the game is free, but then with a $2 in-app purchase to remove the advertisements and the energy system that otherwise limits us to 5 plays per session. The game is offline playable, it takes up 195 megabytes of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you enjoy tower defense games, then you will most likely love Darkzone Defense because it's frankly a very unique take on the genre, and also it's my favorite game of the week. Congratulations on making it till the end of this video. Now, before you leave, consider leaving a like and a comment to help boost this video in the YouTube algorithm. That's greatly appreciated. And until we meet again, just remember, keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.